Have you ever looked at a stunning piece of digital art or maybe read a brilliantly structured article and just suddenly caught yourself wondering, wait, who actually made this? Was it a real person or was it a machine? Well, that is exactly what we're tackling in today's Explainer. We're going to explore the rapidly blurring lines between artificial intelligence and human ingenuity. It's an absolutely thrilling subject, and I am so excited to guide you through it. To set the stage, let me share the foundational mission for today's analysis. As the source material enthusiastically puts it, welcome to Code with Rajesh. If you're passionate about artificial intelligence, machine learning, Python, and the latest technology, you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating questions of our time.
And that brings us right to our central question. Can you really tell the difference between AI-generated content and human-created content? Now, I know it sounds like a simple yes or no question, right? But as we unpack the data today, you'll see exactly why it's becoming incredibly difficult to answer. The lines aren't just blurring anymore. Honestly, in some cases, they've vanished entirely.
Just think about the sheer explosion of capabilities we've witnessed over the last few months alone. I mean, from generating photorealistic images in cinematic clips, to writing complex software architecture, composing original music, and creating breathtaking art, AI is becoming exponentially more powerful every single day. We aren't just talking about a neat little party trick anymore. We are looking at a fundamental paradigm shift in how creative and technical work actually gets done. So, to really understand this shift, we'll compare humans and machines side by side. We're going to reveal exactly where AI excels, where humans still hold the advantage, and what the future holds for all of us. Let's get started. Section 1, how AI actually works. Before we can accurately compare the two, we kind of need to demystify the technology itself. It's easy to look at an AI painting and think it's just pure magic, but it's really not. Modern AI basically operates in three fundamental steps. First, it ingests massive amounts of data. We're talking millions of books, images, and lines of code. Second, it recognizes underlying patterns within all that data. It maps out how variables connect. And finally, step 3, it generates outputs based purely on those learned patterns. It doesn't actually know what it's creating. It's just highly adept at predicting what should mathematically come next. Moving right along, Section 2, comparing AI and humans. Now it's time for the main event, putting AI and human capabilities head-to-head. When we map out the landscape across multiple industries, a really fascinating pattern emerges. Take coding, for example. AI's strength is pure speed. It can spot syntax errors in literally milliseconds. But the human advantage? We actually understand the business logic and what the user needs. Or look at healthcare and scientific research. An AI can cross-reference thousands of medical journals instantly, sure, but it takes a human doctor to deliver a diagnosis with real empathy. Across writing, designing, music, education, or business, the pattern is consistent. AI absolutely dominates in sheer computational speed, while human beings own strategy, context, and empathy. Let's dig a little deeper into how we actually learn. When you compare AI intelligence to human intelligence, there's a huge difference. AI processes massive data rapidly, but its learning is entirely confined by its algorithms. If an edge case wasn't in its training data, the AI simply doesn't know what to do. Humans, on the other hand, learn through lived experience. We are incredibly adaptable. You can throw a human into a completely novel, unpredictable situation, and we can rely on heuristic common sense to figure it out. And this brings us to a really stark divide in how choices are made. AI reasoning and decision-making are fundamentally based on statistical probabilities. It's just constantly calculating the most mathematically likely correct answer. But human reasoning, that relies on something much deeper: intuition, ethics, and a broad contextual understanding of the real world. We can actually weigh the moral weight of a decision. And AI, it just optimizes a cost function. Which leads us to perhaps the most debated area of the whole shebang: creativity and emotions. Can an AI write a sad song? Well, yes, but it does so by mimicking emotional patterns it found in human-created training data. It knows which minor chords and tragic words usually go together. But human creativity? That is driven by genuine feeling, real joy, actual heartbreak, original inspiration. Essentially, AI simulates the emotion, while humans genuinely feel it. So let's make this practical. I want to play a quick guessing game with you. Imagine you're looking at a flawless, highly detailed architectural design, or listening to a complex jazz solo. Based on what we just learned about probabilistic patterns versus genuine inspiration, ask yourself, was this real-world example created by AI or a human?
If it lacks that tiny, unpredictable spark of human imperfection, well, it might just be the machine. Kind of makes you look twice at the media you consume, doesn't it? That brings us to Section 3, Ethics and Limitations. While it is totally fun to marvel at what the technology can do, we really need to separate the hype from reality. AI has strict functional limitations. First and foremost, it lacks true understanding. It doesn't comprehend the text it generates, it just predicts it. Because of this, it struggles heavily with completely novel situations. And, to reiterate, it possesses absolutely zero actual emotional depth. And because of how these models are built, there are some serious ethical concerns and misconceptions we have to navigate. For instance, hidden biases in training data. Since AI learns from massive scrapes of historical human data, it can inadvertently inherit human prejudices. Then, there are the ongoing copyright and ownership disputes with original artists. Plus, of course, the widespread, very real fears of total job replacement across multiple industries. Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, assisting, not replacing. Those fears of job replacement are totally valid, but they bring us to the ultimate thesis of our explainer today. The most constructive way to view this technology is as a powerful co-pilot. AI is designed to assist humans rather than completely replace them. By offloading the tedious, time-consuming tasks to the machine, human beings are freed up to focus on the high-level strategy, the deep empathy, and the true creative vision that AI simply cannot replicate. We've covered a tremendous amount of ground today, and I hope it's given you a much clearer perspective on the AI landscape. I want to leave you with the channel's official sign-off. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this explainer, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Code with Rajesh for more on AI, machine learning, Python, and the latest technology. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Keep learning, keep building, and keep coding with Code with Rajesh. See you in the next explainer. But actually, before we officially part ways, I want to leave you with one final provocative question to turn over in your mind. Will AI ever become smarter than humans? It really forces you to define what being smart actually means, doesn't it? Is it just raw processing power, or is it wisdom and empathy? I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey today, and keep exploring.